In my work as a counselor, I am trained to listen to people with empathy and compassion. And these are principles that you can also apply in your own relationships and with those that you interact with in your life, because it allows you to become more closely connected with people and for you to feel heard in the process. Because when you're allowing that space for someone else to feel heard, and feel understood and not feel judged, you will receive that back, whether you're communicating with a neighbor, with a colleague, with a loved one. In time, you will receive a different version of themselves, a version where they can be more vulnerable, they can be more open with you, and it opens up all kinds of possibilities and improves the depth and connection that you have and that you share. And it's all possible by the way you communicate and the way you listen. And I want to share some of those concepts in this video. I'm currently reading a book called Nonviolent Communication, and it touches upon these very same points. So I want to break down 4 steps and 4 things that you can do next time to help listen to someone and also communicate how you're feeling. So the first step is to observe. So just stop and observe what's going on. And the process of observing is not just stopping to notice what's happening, but it's noticing what's happening as a matter of fact rather than a matter of judgment. So there is no right, there is no wrong. You're just observing what's happening and what's currently going on. So you allow yourself for that moment to detach from any judgments or opinions you have. You're just noticing and observing. That's the first step. The second step is the thoughts you're having. So when you observe what's going on, the second step is to notice what thoughts you're having. So you might be thinking that I don't appreciate what's this person saying. I don't appreciate that this person keeps making a mess and I've told them to clean it up. So you're having these thoughts. So you're noticing the environment and you're noticing the thoughts you're having. The next step is to notice what impact those thoughts are having on your feelings. So just notice your feelings. You're feeling frustrated, impatient, angry, upset, hurt. Notice these feelings so you get to see what my environment is telling me, what's happening, what thoughts I'm having, and how I'm feeling. And the next is you assert and understand what needs you have or what needs the other person has. So what is the underlying need? And that's the key in order to really improve relationships and sustain relationships is meeting each other's needs. We're all communicating needs under the wall of judgment and anger and frustration. Under this veneer of emotion lies an underlying need that is completely lost because most of us act from emotion. We're not addressing the core need. And this step kind of framework helps you to address that core need. So observe what's going on without judgment. Notice the thoughts you're having and the impact that is having on how you feel. And now, what do you need, or what's the underlying need here? So let me give you an example. You may be a parent of a child who keeps repeatedly leaving a messy room. Okay, they leave their toys everywhere, they don't make up their bed, it's continuously messy, and you've expressed your frustration before and they're just not listening. So the first thing is you observe, okay, here's a messy room again. I'm getting the thought that I've told them this so many times, they're not listening to me, and I feel frustrated and I feel angry and I'm impatient and I'm done. So you stop with that. Now you use that framework to understand what's my need? What do I need? I need an organized, clean room so that can help save me time cleaning up. And it shows that my child respects the house and respects my feelings. Okay. So instead of me shouting at them and telling them off, as a child, they're not going to understand what the need is because you're not communicating it. You're just communicating the emotion. So try this. First, observe. I notice that your room is messy. I notice that there are toys on the floor. Your bed's not made. It's very messy in here. Now you communicate your thought. And I notice that for me, I've told you this before, and it keeps coming back to me that I've told you before. And as a result of that thought, I'm feeling quite frustrated and angry, and my patience is running low. And I don't want to feel that way, and I don't want to take that emotion out on you. What I need is just a clean room because it helps me to save time and put that time towards uh, making a meal for you or doing the work I really need to catch up on, whatever it is. So you're communicating in a very non-judgmental way, in a matter of fact way, what the situation is, what thoughts and feelings you're having, and what needs therefore you have. You're cutting through the thought and feeling and getting to the need. I need a clean room in order for me to feel relaxed, to feel calm. I don't want to take it out on you. I've got other things I need to do, and this will help to alleviate my stress. The final point in the communication is the request. Can I ask of you to spend 10 minutes just to tidy up your room or at least organize your bed and your toys? Just in the next 10 minutes. You're making a request based on the need you have. Now, the response might be yes or no. But if they say no, at least you've made that request. You haven't acted from a place of emotion. And the chances of them saying no are less compared to if you acted from the place of emotion. So nonviolent communication is exactly that. It's a way to express your true needs without the judgment and the emotion and what's right or wrong. And as counselors, we apply similar techniques more in understanding what our clients' needs are. So my job as a counselor is to get to the root of what my client needs, what is really being communicated. But it can be completely blurred and clouded by the emotions that they're experiencing and what they're saying. Often things can come in the session that don't make a lot of sense, or they come from a place of emotion. And my job is to really go through that emotion, unpack it to get to the core need. And you do that through not judging. And that's what lies at the essence of nonviolent communication. It's no judgment. We live in a world where everything's right or wrong, a right way to do things, a wrong way to do things. You're judged if you do things a certain way. And with nonviolent communication, you are removing that judgment. There's no judgment, no emotion in terms of what you're expressing outward impulsively. You're acknowledging how you're feeling, but you're not coming from that place. You are instead responding from a conscious, non-judgmental place. So I hope that helps you next time you find yourself in a conflict in a relationship and you really struggle to communicate how you feel and listen with empathy. Your emotions want to sabotage you at times, and think of the last time that happened and how helpful it was. So try out this strategy and let me know in the comments if it works for you. Thanks for watching.